Hi everybody, my name is Damon King. I'm a certified financial planner professional with ChappelWood Financial Services. And you're probably preparing for Christmas. This might be your last week of work in 2019, in this decade. Can you believe we're getting ready to start another decade next year? But while you are preparing for the holidays and trying to wrap things up, well, Congress is also hard at work trying to wrap up some things that they've been working on this year. And if you weren't paying attention today, this is December 17th, 2019, a spending bill was passed, officially passed through the Senate. And this bill, the spending bill, is well over $1 trillion. And it will avoid a government shutdown. So if it hadn't been passed, we would have faced another government shutdown coming up this weekend, much like we did at the end of last year. But it also included a lot of things buried in the bill. There are several spending measures that, everybody wants their pet project, that sort of thing. But buried way down deep inside this bill is a new bill that will impact your retirement planning, and you may not have even heard of it, or if you had, you just barely heard about it. It's called the Secure Act, and specifically it's called Setting Every Community Up for Retirement Enhancement. You know how Congress is, they really love their acronyms. So please forgive the rawness of this video because this is hot off the press. This literally just happened today and we wanted you to know about it. So this Secure Act does a few things. It changes the tax code, and it changes some very key aspects of retirement planning, and so we wanted to pass some of those along to you. Assuming President Trump signs this bill, and there's every indication that he's going to, the most important provision in the Secure Act is the removal of stretch IRAs. Why is this important? Stretch IRAs are not a product, they're a strategy. If you inherit an IRA from someone, you have to take required minimum distributions from that IRA. How you take that and when you take that and how much you take are dependent upon a couple of things. The age of the person that passed away that you inherited it from and your own age. Depending on how old they were when you inherited this IRA, you may have to take the required minimum distributions based on their age or based on your age. If you are significantly younger, like a child or a grandchild even, and you base the distributions off of your age, that means you base the payments, the distributions, over a much longer period of time. You stretch the period of time that you can take the money, and it stretches the taxes over a longer period of time. It helps the account to last longer. That's a strategy that a lot of families use, particularly when we're dealing with very large amounts, and we've seen some IRAs last over multiple generations, maybe 2, 3 generations. The Secure Act would eliminate that provision and basically now put a hard cap on how long the money can last at 10 years, meaning that 10 years is the maximum length of time that the money can stretch and must be paid out, and therefore the taxes have to be paid over 10 years. So that's a major change to retirement planning, and if you've set up IRAs, things like that, and you expected them to potentially last longer, the Secure Act would eliminate that provision. Another provision that is set forth in this, and this is a good thing for most people, is that it would push back the age at which you have to start taking your required minimum distribution while you're still living. Right now, 70 and a half is the age that you must take required minimum distributions from your tax-deferred accounts, like traditional IRAs, 401ks, 403bs. If you work for the federal government, your TSP or your teacher retirement. Pick your favorite tax-deferred account, and you have to start taking distributions starting at age 70 and a half. The Secure Act, however, will push that back to age 72. So you'll have another year and a half that you can defer taxes and potentially allow your accounts to continue growing. So that's a good thing. Another major change is the addition of annuities to 401k plans. So annuities like fixed and indexed annuities, variable annuities have been part of 401k plans like that, things like that for quite some time. But fixed and indexed annuities have not traditionally been a part of 401k plans that you could put some money into those. With the Secure Act, that looks like it will now be a possibility. This is important if you want to take some of your money in your 401k and protect it from any kind of market volatility or market loss at all, because fixed and indexed annuities are not investments in the stock market. They are buckets of money that achieve either a fixed rate of interest or it's a rate of interest that is tied to the performance of a market index like the S&P 500. And if you want to protect some of your money, allow it to continue growing, probably at a more conservative rate, and potentially create a stream of lifetime income later on down the road, that now looks like it's going to be one of the options in your 401k plan. So those are some of the key provisions in this Secure Act. It had passed the House of Representatives earlier in the year. Now it's passed the Senate, and again, it looks like President Trump is going to sign it. So those three things: elimination of stretch IRAs, the extension of the required minimum distribution age to 72, and the addition of certain kinds of annuities to 401k plans. So, it's always good to be informed, know what's going on, and you can always count on us here at ChappelWood Financial to stay on the cutting edge and keep you informed of what's going on in the world of investing and retirement planning. And if you are looking to get even more on the cutting edge, you want to make sure that you visit ChappelWood.com and click Enroll in a Class at the top of the page. All of our classes for 2020 in our Rocky Retirement Financial Enrichment Series are set, and you can go there and see which classes we have coming up in February, March, and April. Enroll in the class you want. We cover 5 key areas of retirement planning: income planning, investment planning, healthcare planning, tax planning, and estate planning. All the things you need to know so that you can rock your retirement. I look forward to seeing you in class, and please subscribe to our podcast. It's All About the Money, Honey on iTunes. Get lots of great information there every week. Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you next time.